the Missing Miles podcast. I am Gary Howard. Thank you for joining me on this podcast where we talk about missing people, unsolved, and suspicious deaths. Where today is a suspicious death. We're talking about the suspicious death of Lori Malloy. Yeah, the strange scene in Lori Malloy's apartment have left questions that have endured for decades. But her daughter, Lauren Malloy, is determined to find answers. Is where I first found this case. I found her on Twitter, where it's called X now, where you can follow her at Lauren Lee underscore 915. That's LAURENLEE underscore 915. And now she'll have links on there where you could go to her mom's channel, her TikTok, find different the autopsies, police reports, and everything you need to know about this. And sign petitions. They might help. Also, on this, I'm going off an Uncovered app or website. There's a link you could go to where they do an interview with her on the John Lorden show, which, by the way, John Lorden will be at the True Crime Podcast and Paranormal Podcast. I guess it's True Crime and Paranormal Podcast Festival in Denver, July 12th through the 14th. Hopefully to see you there. More information that I could give. I'm just a truck driver. I don't plan on thinking I'm going to solve any of these, or find any of these people, but I just want to put this information out. This is a case that I haven't seen much on. There's a few shorts on YouTube, and there's one or two videos that's long. There's only like 4 podcasts, and one's not even in English. So hopefully more people hear this, and maybe they decide they might want to put some light on Lori Malloy's case. But let's get into the case. On Sunday, March 7th, 1993, 30-year-old Lori Lee Sled Dog Malloy was found dead by the police on the bathroom floor on her East Providence, Rhode Island apartment. Following the odd welfare call from her boyfriend, the front door to her apartment was open and the bathroom sink faucet was running. When officers arrived on scene, there were 2 drinking glasses and a leftover food salad on the kitchen table. The refrigerator was full but unplugged. The young mother was naked, with recent bruises on her upper thighs and arms. Her dark hair was ripped out all over the apartment. She had a clump of hair between the toes of one foot, strands wrapped between the fingers of one hand, and a bracelet of hair around the other. Around the hair around the bracelet, I'm assuming. Lori's case was investigated as a homicide. Detectives from the East Providence Police Department removed 14 pieces of evidence, including a hair sample from a clump of hair, light brown hair, found in a shoe on top of a table by the front door that looked, as one officer described, as it had been pulled out someone's head. Other items include a bath towel with apparent mucus on it, the master bed sheets and comforter, several items of infant clothing, hairs, and the drinking glasses. A sexual assault kit was completed. I don't think anything ever came of that. Lori's divorce from John Moreno, they called him Scary Harry, was finalized 3 weeks after her death. In 1988, prison letter from John to Lori was abusive relationship, by the way. Just 8 months after their wedding, John told Lori that she could testify against him and see him in 2 years, or ask the state of Rhode Island to drop charges and see him in 6 months. The choice is yours, he wrote. John committed felony assault against Lori in 1990 and violated a protective order against her just prior to her filing. Lori broke up with her daughter's birth father, Thomas Kelly, in July 1992. Shortly after the breakup, she wrote in her planner, "Tommy's threats over Lauren will settle soon." Lauren was eventually removed from Tommy's care after her mother's death. Lori's original autopsy, conducted by a medical examiner who eventually lost his license to practice in Rhode Island after losing it in Massachusetts, known for misdiagnosing cases. The doctor had multiple cases reviewed by the Attorney General office. Lori was only missed by a few months from his time as a temporary employee at the RMME's office. The ME who conducted medical examiner conducted Lori's autopsy incorrectly closed the case as natural manner of death caused by hypertraumatic cardiomyopathy. I think I said that right. Despite his own notes, it's a heart issue. Despite his own notes describing the lack of major damage to Lori's heart, he did not make note note of the condition of Lori's scalp or comment on her clean toxicology screening. A curious outcome considering all notes about her labeled her Lori as a known cocaine user, so she was clean. There's no cocaine in her system. EPPD closed their homicide investigation following the admitted manner and cause of death by the ME medical examiner. So, on August 2022, new information was brought forward that led to Lori's case being reviewed by the EPPD, the Rhode Island Medical Examiner's Office, and Attorney General's Office. The Rhode Island Cold Case Unit was consulted and referred the case to East Providence Police Department. So, in February of 2021, Lori's family obtained a copy of her 1993 autopsy report and challenged its finding with the Rhode Island Department of Health. In March of 2021, a senior medical examiner handling Lori's case review told Lori's family that she did not die of heart failure and in fact had no evidence, no obvious natural or unnatural reasons to die. Lori's family was advised that Lori needed to be exhumed and her investigation completely redone to understand her cause and manner of death. So which keep in mind when I said when they found her she had bruises on her. The medical examiner refuted the entire original autopsy from 1993. In May 2021, EPPD detectives located the original homicide investigation report from 1993, which if you go to the Rhode Island Unsolved, you will find this. You could download it and read it off if you want to, along with the police investigation, everything. She really did working really hard on this. So yeah, in July 2021, Rhode Island RIDOH confirmed all of Lori Malloy's original historical specimens from 1993 were still available for retesting and told Lori's family they expected to see forward movement with her case by the AG's office in the fall. On September 21st, 2021, the assistant AG assigned to Lori's case stated that he did not see sufficient reason to reopen Lori's case and learn the circumstances surrounding her death. He stated that he would follow up with the EPPD to help clarify suspicious circumstances warranting reinvestigation and follow up with Lori's family within 2 to 3 weeks. As of this writing of this, Lori's family has not received any follow-up from the AG's office. In November 2021, Lori's case was made public for the first time by the journalist Jacqueline Turner of ABC6 Providence. On March 13, 2022, an independent forensic pathology specialist based in New York was referred to Lori's family and asked to review the case. Upon review, he shared the following. He said, 1, the cause and manner of death are unknown and or unclear after almost 30 years. Number 2, the listed cause of death was not supported by description in autopsy report, so there's no issue with her heart at all. The underlying reasons of Lori's congested lungs, 1,516 grams at time of death, did not have reasonable explanation as of now. Her lungs had expand was a lot bigger than they should be. Number 4, if possible, the availability of any residential tissue slides should be reviewed to establish a cause of death from a perspective of a forensic pathology. 5, the circumstances of Lori's death should be investigated and or reinvestigated by police. So on March 17th, 2022, Rhode Island Police advised the RIAG's office needed to give order for their agency to take over investigation, and the update will be posted as available. So a $1,000 reward is being offered by Unsolved Rhode Island. That's the case, the website I was telling you about, for any information leading to the arrest. So Sled Dog supporters often wonder where Lori get the name Sled Dog nickname. The moniker originated during Lori's travels to Alaska in the 1980s, where she learned how to, let's say, mush, and was first called. She liked to do sled dog races, and was first called Sled Dog or Sleddy for her love of the dogs. It is reshared today with love for Lori's. It is reshared today with love for Lori's many remaining friends. So that's they still remember her. So she was found dead on March 7th, 1993, and date of death is the same day, March 7th, 1993. She was born November 30th, 1962. The age of the incident happened when she was 30. So if anybody has information, of course, you could go to the website. You go to Uncover right here. You can submit a tape, or go to Rhode Island Unsolved, and you can do the same thing there. Okay, that's the case of the suspicious death of Lori Malloy. I wish I could do more on this, but as I'm a truck driver and I work 11 hours a day, so I can only give so much. But if you want to know more, like I said, you could go to Lauren Lee _915, click on her link tree, and it'll take you to the Uncovered page, Rhode Island Uncovered. Thank you for joining me. But before I leave, don't forget the True Crime and Paranormal Podcast Festival will be held in Denver, Colorado. You go to truecrimepodcastfestival.com with all your links and information you need. And if you do decide to go, you use discount code Gary, Gary, and you'll get 15% off. So, if you want to contact me, it's missingmiles70@gmail.com. Also, you could join my Facebook group, The Missing Miles. I do also do another podcast called Truck Stop Murder and True Crime Podcast, which is more solved cases. You can find it on YouTube. And also on YouTube, you'll find all my information. You can find all my videos for Missing Miles and Truck Stop Murder. With that being said, thank you for joining me again, and take care.